Satsuki looking for that damage, finds him on the Diablo. Diablo forced it back out as their health drops low. The Immortal now is at 25%
Back down
here.
Yo on the Greymane, gonna be the first to fall. But is it ETC? No, that's Malthael up there. A triple.
The Leyline used in the back, catching 3 people on top of that, followed up by the APOC and the Lurking Arm. Catching 2, but this time on is going to be the first one.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi.
There's the lead, catches him in the mud pit. Time trap does pop. Mosh pit goes out. Fubu's still in trouble. Pops to stay a while and listen, but it's not going to matter.
Here comes the bloodlust on the backside, but the duo gets punished and then stunned. Oh my goodness! The combo!
Getting shrunk down, ETC getting killed. He becomes dog food for the Greymane.
I didn't think they had a chance. I thought it was all over. We said all or nothing, and they got absolutely everything.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Jayzon, and today we've got our first playoff match of the season here on this stream, at least, as we've got a Division C West matchup as the #1 seed Artemis going up against the #8 seed Roll1Esports here in the first round of the Division C West playoffs. Thank you for joining me, everybody, tonight, and I am looking forward to this match. Let's take a quick look at the map bans and picks here to get the night started. Artemis, the #1 seed, gonna have priority on the map, on the first pick, map pick prio for game #1 in every series they play in the playoffs up to the finals of the C Grand Finals if they are able to climb that far. So they selecting first pick here tonight. Start off, which gave Roll1Esports the first ban. They banned out Cursed Hollow and Infernal Shrines, while Artemis banning out Towers of Doom and Dragonshire. The Roll1Esports going to take us to Tomb of the Spider Queen to get started. It looks like we've got everybody in lobby. I am going to go ahead and let the teams know that I am ready to go. And we're going to get started here in just a moment. How's everybody doing tonight? I am super pumped for this match, and Seven says he is hitting the go button. So let's get into our game #1 here. Kick off the Division C West playoffs in style.
Tomb of the Spider Queen.
On Tomb of the Spider Queen. All right, so Tomb of the Spider Queen, of course, a map where really is a lot of it is pretty heavily based on wave clear here. That is your main goal, is to be able to out clear and out rotate your opponent as much as humanly possible. Or wave clear makes that a lot easier. The pushing objectives here, the spiders, who spawn a pretty good amount of extra minions to push in these lanes. They don't do particularly well at pushing without aid, and are, can pretty much be completely disabled by one hero with even decent wave clear. Sonya going to be banned out first by Artemis, and Roll1Esports taking Diablo out. Diablo is really a tough hero to rotate against on this map. And in the turn-in areas, it can be kind of dangerous to try to turn in against a Diablo, because there's a lot of terrain for him to charge in and stun people on. Sonya, again, just a really good wave clear hero, so gets big priority in that bottom lane as the solo laner, and is able to rotate up to the turn-in, kind of pressuring the other solo laner to try to force the interrupt, to not give the turn-in lieu of getting wave and clear. T-West is the best, I hear. What's up, Pat? It's a pretty good division. I like it quite a lot. There's a lot of really great teams in this division, and I'm serious. Anybody in the top 10 could have knocked out any of the others in the top 10 at any given night. So this is one of those where you show up and you're expecting Artemis as the #1 seed to just Roll1Esports, right? Because they're the 8th seed. But let me tell you, that is not the case. In the regular season match, Artemis only beat Roll1Esports 2-1, and Roll1Esports had 2 subs for that game. So they've got their full group in tonight. As you can see, they are one of those teams that does the abbreviation in front of their names. You got all the R1E peoples ready to go tonight. By the way, 7, team captain for Artemis, picking up Stukov to get started. Leoric Tychus picked up on the other side, and Artemis going to respond with Varian and Cassia here. So some good solid combo ability from Varian and Cassia, especially if Stukov gets a good lurking arm. And 7, pretty solid Stukov, so I expect him to get some money lurking arms tonight. Leo, of course, really good in the solo lane, pretty decent wave clear hero. And Tychus is somebody that you might want for a Varian blow-up comp, so maybe a little denial there, but also kind of an interesting pick from Roll1 before knowing who the tank was. Because you already banned out Diablo, so one of the main heroes that Tychus likes to blow up is already off the board. But Tychus is also very good in the meta right now, so I can see why they took him so early. Chromie and Tacit are banned out, so both teams going to focus in a little bit on the mage role here. Chromie's an interesting ban. Can be pretty good as a poke hero, and has pretty good wave clear, so it's kind of difficult to siege into a Chromie. What's up, Kai? Thanks for showing up, man. Good luck in that scrim tonight, by the way. I hope you guys do well. Make me proud. Deckard and ETC coming out here for Roll1Esports. So ETC with the slide, Deckard with the ability to follow up with the cube and the scroll, and hopefully keep somebody still long enough for Tychus to nuke them down with the minigun. They still got one more pick to see who they want as a finisher in that scenario, but Mephisto and Dahaka coming out as the final picks for Artemis. Mephisto, of course, very mobile, very good follow-up damage hero. He doesn't offer too much CC before level 10. Though Durance, I think, could be pretty good in this scenario to follow up a taunt. Because what does a team do when one of their heroes gets taunted? A lot of times they collapse in on that hero, making Durance all the more deadly. Dahaka also an interesting pick here. And Jaina going to be picked up for Roll1Esports' dad. Finish out the draft. Good blow up to pair with that Tychus. They can absolutely nuke one person when they get CC'd by that slide and Deckard combo. But as I was saying, Dahaka typically more prominent on the bigger maps. Not that I think he's a bad pick here. I think he's actually can be very good on this map, but because there's a lot of vents for him to be able to dig into. But he just doesn't get quite the value on smaller maps like this with smaller lanes to rotate through because of his global. Not that he's a bad hero, he just doesn't get quite the value. And thank you for starting that prediction, by the way. Feel free to put down your doubloons, channel points here to see who you think will win. Will the #1 seed Artemis take it here on Tomb of the Spider Queen and get themselves a 1-0 lead? Or will Roll1Esports come out and roll a 20? Get that natty 20 started at the beginning of the series. Put down those doubloons, and we'll see what happens as we get into game #1 here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Jump on in, shall we? On the left, your #1 seed out of the Sea West here in NGS Season 11. You've got Artemis. Dark Horse going to be on the Cassia. We've got Jotak on the Dahaka. Ashcan going to be playing the Mephisto. Team Captain 7 going to be on the Stukov. And honestly, playing the Variant. While on the right, your 8th seed here out of Division C West, Roll1Esports. Sad going to be playing the Leoric. Poe going to be on the Tychus. Wanabe going to be playing the Deckard. We have Rock Your World going to be playing the ETC. And last but not least, Big Beard can be on the Jaina. Both teams going to start with the customary 5v5 in the mid. Definitely for the first 4 levels, going to be a comp that should favor Roll1Esports before honestly can get his level 4 talent and essentially get his ultimate. Then I expect Artemis to be able to push that advantage a little bit. The trolls are B-stepping this guy. I'm just doing a little customary B-step at the beginning. No big deal. It's all friendly and good-natured. Both solo laners going to go ahead and head down to the bot. Get started on their solo lane duties. Meanwhile, up top, the clear is on here. First and second waves from the top going to be cleared, but big damage on Rock Your World there. Woof. C gonna have to back up. Set a little bit here. Yeah, Artemis, despite not having that taunt at level 1, or not being at level 4 yet, still getting clear and rotation priority here. Particularly impressive. Honestly, gonna be cut off here a little bit. While Dark Horse quickly rotating to the bot side, and here right away we're seeing a little bit, just a little taste of what got Artemis to the first seed this season in C West. A little extra macro play. While they know they cannot do much on the Varian early here, or do much with the Varian early, go ahead and play the macro game a little bit rather than jumping into team fights they're not super likely to win. On the other side, Roll1Esports with level 4 looming and taunt now being available for Artemis. They're going to go ahead and take a step back and grab their camp. Though, Dark Horse is on the other side, playing a similar style to go on that camp. Ashken going to get the first turn in for the side of Artemis. 11-9 right now for the Spider Butts. DC hanging out in the bush, but honestly doing a nice job. Not face checking it, but instead throwing out that lion's maw. We're just checking it with the Q. You'd love to see it. Slide in, stun goes out, but Fisto is gonna have to dash out. That means he's coming back, but ETC falls before he ends up coming back. And that's first blood here for Artemis. Not only that, but they get the wave cleared, so now the mid camp gonna have to be cleaned up here for Roll1Esports. Once again, given a little bit of rotation priority there. Runtime Logic, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Jay Beidou. Oh, there's the charge in the top, but nice peel coming in. Rock Your World, and big damage coming out. Honestly, this man is hurting. Down to about 200 health, but he will make it out there. Well, a little bit of a kerfuffle started down here between solo laners. Tongue comes out there from Joltik, bragging Zad around a little bit. Dark Horse to get some nice poke out onto Poe. Level 7's now in for Roll1Esports, so they're going to be back to even talent tiers. You know, and I will say this much. I feel like Artemis has done a nice job of getting a little bit of an advantage here, but really nothing too major. There's the taunt, though, and the silence. Big lurking arm coming in from 7. Oh, but look at the turnaround here. They get the variant in response. So that's tank for tank. Poe going in, getting the kill. I mean, the Varian with taunt at level 4, you expect them to get a big advantage out of that for Artemis, but it's pretty even right now between these two squads. And if Roll1 can just keep this even for a couple more levels, they'll be level 10. I almost feel like post level 10, it's going to be Roll1 that's going to have the big advantage. The Varian taunt doesn't really scale over time. You know, you start getting Mosh Pit online with Odin, and Stay a while. All these lovely ults for Roll1Esports. Way. We're gonna have blue web weavers coming out here first for Artemis. Maybe that's their big advantage here, is getting the first set of web weavers. See what they can do with it though. Slide, but a very, very nice face melt once again from Rock Your World. A nice, nice loop there. Take Honestly off of that Jaina. Once again, there's the face melt into the slide. Stalling Artemis a little bit, who are sieging into mid here. While Roll1Esports focusing to clear up top. They're able to clear that out with minimal damage, but mid, not really the case here. The full front wall and the well are down. A little bit of damage onto the fort. Level 10s coming online here for Artemis. Zad also very low on the bot side. Able to clear out the web weavers, but not before losing the well and the front wall as well. Taunt goes down. Oh, with the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie actually hits Big Beard. That's put a Jaina in a very awkward spot here. That's going to be another pick here for Artemis. Hadn't thought about that Valkyrie to follow up the taunt. That's a nice combo. Go over those level 10s as they're getting clicked in here, by the way. Massive shove, Durance of Hate, Valkyrie, the taunt from earlier, along with Isolation. Meanwhile, Roll1Esports also getting their 10s online. They'll have the Mosh Pit along with the Ring of Frost, Commandeer Odin, Lornado, and the Entomb. Maybe this is an Entomb Lornado combo? Interesting. The Lore Closet. That's what we're going to call it. Weaver is going to be coming in here for Roll1Esports as they score their first turn-in of the game. All ultimates are up on both sides. Rock Your World slides in, deciding there's not enough there to go ahead and mosh on it just yet. Baytalk still up top here. Oh, gonna go ahead and pop that Commandeer Odin. Get a little extra siege value in the mid. Tomb comes out, doesn't find anybody there from Zad. Nice little defense coming out from Artemis here in the mid. They're clearing out the web weaver somewhat effectively, but meanwhile, top is pushing uncontested right now and is getting a lot of value on its own. Down bot, a little bit of value here, but Zad's gonna actually join right down here. Try and push a little bit with it. Artemis having cleared up mid, now gonna come clear top. They lose the wall and the well, but the fort stays pretty healthy. Overall, pretty good defense from both squads. No forts down just yet. Zad getting a little bit low. Solo laners go back and forth. Pretty big gem lead right now for the side of Artemis. They've also turned in most of the gems they have right now. They are just one turn-in away, potentially here. Just 8 gems. Roll1Esports trying to dump a few of these gems in. Don't want too many sitting on their persons. Joe Talk gonna go ahead and pick that up. Have a second set of web weavers coming out for Artemis. Level 13 is going to be clicked in here for Artemis as they try to push in with this. Roll1Esports is pretty close. I get it from Leo here, but there's the charge and the taunt. Silence goes down, but maybe a little bit late as Rock Your World able to slide out of that. Wow, look at the damage on the backside here. Ashcan is all kinds of low. Uses the teleport in, but immediately starts walking backwards because Jaina was looking for it. Big Beard maybe could have hit the combo there. Taunt goes out again. This time the root combo lands from 7. Slide comes out. Look at the turnaround ring, though, with the Tornado pushing him away, though. Not sure about that one. I mean, it looks like Wanabe wanted to zone for Rock Your World, and Big Beard kind of wanted to just combo on it. Maybe a little bit of anti-synergy there, for sure. Wanabe getting a little bit low. Rock Your World charges in. There's the two-man mosh. Interrupted by J-Talk. Is it too late? ETC goes down, but can they get any kills off it? Ashcan is all kinds of low, but Jaina goes down as Big Beard goes in a little too far. That able to just hit the corner there to avoid being pulled in by that Valkyrie. Overall, that's a 2-for-0 exchange for the side of Artemis, but also they get all three of the forts down and a lot of damage up here in top. It's nearly the full front wall down before Poe gets up to defend it. And Artemis is immediately going on the boss here with 2 down. They know Roll1Esports has some cleaning up to do. They've got almost enough gems for another turn in as well. They're just 8 short right now. Roll1Esports gonna respond by grabbing their bruisers. We'll need to get up top to clear that boss, though. Boss is gonna be marching in directly to the keep at this point. Clears this wave out, no problem. Dark Horse jumping in there to get the gems. Gonna try to aid the push a little bit. Leo is down bot. Poe being trolled by the tornado a little bit there. Is able to get out. Mostly unscathed. Ashcan going in, getting a little bit of that lightning damage down. Overall, a pretty good clear here from Roll1Esports, though. They're playing pretty passive and safe. The keep is going to survive this. Artemis looks like they're not going to push in to try to finish it. Be happy with the major damage they got on that top keep. The blue web weaver is coming out once again as Joe Tack finishes off the turn in. Oh, they're gonna find Ashcan gets stunned. Does teleport away, but he's coming back. The ring hits him. Tornado pulling him back in, and that's gonna be a kill onto the Mephisto. Level 16 is now in for Roll1Esports. They get a big pick there. So that should allow them to have a pretty decent defense here. Well-timed pick. Oh no, but Leo falling in the mid there. Completely missed that. Looks like for right now, Artemis going to push into mid. This mid web weaver with pretty much everybody up top. But they defend the top keep. Right now, Roll1 holding on to the keeps. There's Odin. Valkyrie comes out into the taunt, and Jaina gets exploded. There is a 3-man mosh on the end of this, though, with Odin dealing a little bit of damage there. Dark Horse getting a little low. Without Jaina, not quite enough damage. Follow-up here, but look at the roots. They're going to get the Cassia down. Taunt comes out, but Variant still falls. Seven caught in the Entomb, and that is going to be a 3 for, well, really a 3 for 0. The pick on Jaina was earlier. That was a separate team fight, it seemed like to me. We'll call that a 1 for nothing, and then later a 3-0. Roll1Esports with that, able to defend. Now, they did lose a lot of health on this bottom keep from team fighting there while the Web Weavers were pushing. But if I'm Roll1Esports, I'm calling that an absolute win. The remaining members of Artemis smartly and quickly grabbing that bottom camp away. Turn-in going to be completed for Roll1Esports, which will allow them to equalize here a little bit. Now they're catching up in XP. Still a little bit behind, but they're catching up. Get a nice little soak here in the mid. A little bit of extra XP from some of these structures should help them catch up. Like they're going after mid fort here, which is already at half health. Haka is up top to try and clear the top wave. Mid goes down fairly easily. Oh, there's the slide. Rock Your World with the taunt there onto Honestly. Root comes down as well with the Ring of Frost and the Scrolls. And that's 2 more big kills. Can he get Rock Your World? Yes, Ashcan gets the counter kill. Make it a 2 for 1. Dark Horse was down clearing bot. Jotac clearing top. It looks like right now Roll1Esports is just content to try and push in here. Oh, dashing out of that that Valkyrie. Endurance of Hate hitting there. Roll1Esports. Oh no, they're gonna back out of the 4v3. 2 members down, they don't get the keep. Oh no. It was so close.
My altar awaits the gems. Bring them.
Much like Artemis earlier, not choosing to push the 16 Palantir advantage to convert that top keep. Same thing happening here. The Roll1Esports not gonna push their 4v3 advantage, convert the mid keep. It just a little bit to show you exactly how evenly matched these teams are. Both are playing similar passive, I would say conservative styles. They're not being super risky. I wouldn't necessarily call that a misplay. I would call that just a conservative shot call. Level 20s now in for both teams. Roll1Esports able to push in a little more pressure into the mid lane, but Artemis is going to clear it up. Does Roll1Esports want to engage here? Looking at it, looks like Rock Your World is looking. Honestly, is up top here in the bush. Could come in on the flank. Down goes the banner. Ashkin gonna go ahead and jump in, deal a little bit of damage. Zad gonna Wraith walk away. Bottom lane building up a little bit, going towards this bottom keep. Looks like Zad is on the way there. Their team has enough for turn in, but Artemis has a lot of gems in their pockets. They're going to go ahead and throw all but one of those down. Honestly, using the banner, giving him a little vision. 9-7 on the kill counter right now. Both teams inching their way towards level 21 as we enter the 18-minute mark here in game number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, who is going to take the first win tonight? I feel like we're building to a big team fight here. Both teams have these keeps whittled down to almost nothing on both sides. So like if either team gets a 5-0 wipe, this thing is over. There's the taunt, the blow up, and ETC goes down. Look at the counter engage though. Varian falls, the ring, and Cassia goes down. But Tychus falls to Jotac and the drag. Ashcan getting himself a double kill, and it's a 2-for-2 exchange. What an amazing match this has been so far, ladies and gentlemen. And the kill count stays 2 apart there. It's now 11-9. Dad's gonna rotate to the bottom, gonna try and sneak these 41 gems in. Gonna get his out. Like Jotac has exactly enough to turn in, but they're gonna grab the camp down bot first. They find Big Beard, but not in time. They just barely missed the interrupt there.
Is yours.
Wanabe doing what you don't want to have to do, but occasionally have to do as a sport, which is trying to wave clear and clean up these lanes, because it's a catapult up top. The Web Weaver will push this back, though. Don't have to worry about it too much. All 5 are up for both teams once again. All 5 heroics on each side are available. There's the dig, an early tunnel though for Jotac. Now does not have that dig available. Oh, there's the bolt into the slide. 2-man mosh on the Entomb. Big blow up. Roll1Esports gets the early 2-0. Ashcan getting low on the backside, making 3-0. Is Poe gonna knock him down? And with the Web Weavers pushing, I might add, the mid Web Weaver got blown up in that team fight. But now this is gonna be 5 men heading to the core here. They're gonna pop Odin as well, so Poe gonna have a little bit of extra siege power here. It's just Honestly and 7, tank and healer. I don't know if they can defend this. Big red button coming out here. Poe gonna go ahead and start hitting the core. The shielding is down. 30 seconds for the rest of the team to be back. Ladies and gentlemen, Roll1Esports. They did roll a nat 20 for game number 1. They're gonna take game 1 here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. I sound overjoyed and elated. That's just because I've known Roll1Esports for a while. And I'm glad to see them have some success tonight to get started. And the upset alert. You know, that's always fun too. You know, I like Artemis. We've been scrim partners with them all season and in the off season. I like both of these teams a lot. I'm just more excited that the 8th seed is coming out and punching the number 1 seed in the mouth. It has nothing to do with liking either teams. What a competitive division this is. What an amazing game number 1 as well. Super even. If this is a sign of things to come, I'm all for it. And by the way, Ramaru, I see you. I am drinking some water just for you. Okay, maybe I want to stay hydrated too, but that's mostly for you. 57k healing coming out from Wanabe. With the Decker, getting those potions out, those big potions hanging around everywhere. Velvet Sunder. Hey, I know those guys. Yeah, me too. I know all these guys. 58k damage from Poe, putting the damage down. Though 58k on the other side from Ashcan, so both of the backline spell damage dealers dealing all kinds of damage in this game. Give you guys one last look at these talents before we go to a quick break here while we set up for game number 2. Oh, and let's not forget to give Roll1Esports their well-deserved point for winning that game number 1. But we'll go ahead and set up here for the next one, and we'll be back as soon as we go into the draft. Don't go anywhere.
Battlefield of Eternity.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2. We're going to be going to Battlefield of Eternity. Pick of Roll1Esports. Artemis once again selecting first pick, first ban. Same as at the beginning of the series, being the higher seed, they got to select it here in the playoffs, rather than there being a more formal point toss. Roll1Esports shocking the C West, well, not really shocking the C West division. Like, we all know that anybody in this playoff series can beat anybody else. Like, that is written in the cards that something like this was bound to happen. At the very least, shocking game number 1 was bound to happen here. But overall, very, very even game number 1 between these two teams. If you missed it, go back and watch it. It was a heck of a match on Tomb of the Spider Queen. And now we're going to be seeing Sonya and Li Ming band out here. Start the draft here for game number 2. We thought there were a lot of good team fights on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Just wait. Battlefield of Eternity is where you go for team fighting. We're going to see the Malfurion band coming out here from Artemis. Let's see if Artemis makes it through here. Did a couple of Artemis coming out in C West recently. Like the Rainer band going to come out here. Of course, a very, very good hero for poking down the objective. His Exterminator can be quite good at dealing damage to the Immortals. Once again, 7 going to go ahead and kick us off here with a Stukov pickup. That's some pretty good silences in that game number 1. A couple good combos that I saw come out here and there. Pretty even in the kill count right up until the end. Last team fight really deciding things. So Poe gonna go ahead and grab the Chromie early here instead of the Tychus. It was banned out in the mid phase from Artemis in that game number 1. So Poe gonna grab it now before it gets banned out again. And Chromie very good at poking out the objective. Not particularly high damage on the Immortal, but she can do it from such a safe distance that it makes it really effective if your opponent is trying more to stall and defend. Meanwhile, we've got Ashcan going with the Tychus, going to steal that pick away here in game 2. Muradin also picked up for Honestly. And Samuro going to be banned out here from Roll1Esports. Okay. Maybe doing a little scouting for the playoffs. Seeing a little bit of a specialty hero they didn't want to see come out. We're noting that you know, some of these heroes, some of these stealth heroes like the Valera or the Samuro or the Zeratul are one of the only true counters to the Chromie. Those heroes are a little bit tougher to peel off. Can be a little bit more difficult to spot, of course. Get any help from the mini-map on that account. You gotta find where the invisible guy's running around. Rhonda Diva gonna be picked up here for Roll1Esports. Rhonda, of course, that Hunter's Mark, able to contribute quite a lot to the race potential. Anubarak to Rhonda, really strong CC here. Set up a lot of characters standing still for a little while for Chromie to blow up. Again, the vulnerability from that armor shred. Meanwhile, the Lost Vikings coming out here from Artemis. TLV has been, I'm going to use the word plaguing a lot of people here in C West. It's been around. This is not typically a map you expect to see it, however. A 2-lane map like this. Interested to see what Artemis does with this Lost Vikings pick. And of course, the Greymane here for Dark Horse. Greymane, of course, one of the more prolific racers on this map. And Kerrigan coming out for Big Beard. Roll1Esports pulling out a little bit of weird of their own here. Look at that CC chain, though. Anubarak stuns into Kerrigan stuns into Tyrande stuns. That's long enough to keep somebody in for a Diva Bomb. All right. What an interesting draft. The way, Brainer, thank you for the reminder. I will drink some water. Gladly. One of the things I did in the break was refresh this page. So I got a completely full water bottle. And if you guys have the doubloons, I'm not afraid to use it. Let's see if I can get a prediction started real quick here. Always set up. So Roll1Esports, the 17% voting for Roll1. Getting that right there. All right, and y'all have 2 minutes. Get your predictions in for game number 2. Let's get on in, shall we? On the left, we've got the #1 seed Artemis looking to take us to a game number 3. We got Ashcan on the Tychus. Team Captain 7 going to be on the Stukov. Dark Horse going to be playing the Greymane. Jotak going to be on all 3 of the Lost Vikings. And Honestly, playing the Muradin. And even through the pause on the right, we've got Zad playing the Diva. We've got, oh boy, it's kind of hard to see them from that angle, isn't it? We've got Big Beard on the Kerrigan. Oh, right, the banned Kerrigan skin. That's a bit of a problem. Wanabe going to be on the Tyrande. We've got Poe playing the Chromie. And we've got Rock Your World playing. Okay, so it looks like Artemis willing to let it through. Just no mounting allowed. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit...
One. We cannot tarry.
Nice. Nice of Diva to decide not to mount here. Yeah, Big Beard is on the bats. Is on the bat skin. I should have noticed that. I actually missed that myself. Nice of them to just let it go through. I like that. Good sportsmanship from these squads. Honestly, gonna be pulled, but actually not stunned there. Big Beard kind of missing the combo a little bit. Pulling him in a little too far. Still good damage to start off here for roll 1. Nice poke in from Poe. Oh, and there's the big two-man combo. The stun's coming down, overlapping a little bit, actually. Just enough healing coming in from 7, but Dark Horse low enough that he's going to go ahead and hit the back button. Excited for this Viking strat, says Jimbo Larry. Scrimmed it last night and we lost. All right. Yeah, I mean, the Vikings are no joke as a solo lane when all 3 of them are stacked up. By the way, Dark Horse sneaking up to the top side, and he's going to go ahead and start that top camp. Meanwhile, down bot, Roll1Esports. They didn't get any kills off that first CC chain, but they got enough damage that they're confident to go get the bottom camp. Are able to do it successfully. Diva's mech taking a beating up here from the Vikings. Dark Horse is going to come in and maybe try to get a little poke on it. They can push in with this a little bit while Roll 1 is pushing down the bot side. Oh, even throwing some sand right onto the fort. Oh, the pull, the stun, the double stun from Rock Your World. Even with the leap there, Rock Your World getting a little bit low, but Dark Horse going to not pursue it. First blood going out to Roll1Esports. Picking up where they left off in that game number 1. Both teams going to hit level 4. There's the double stun again from Rock Your World. Lunar Flare just a little bit behind, but oh, Dark Horse taking a little bit of damage from that Dragon's Breath from Poe, but not enough to knock him out of the game for now. Almost said knockout, like I was playing Pokemon again. They're not kills, they're knockouts. Oh, these ones are deaths. Oh, look out. Dark Horse getting real low. Probably going to have some vision on this. Dark Horse going to go ahead and back. Some useful information for Roll 1 as both teams grabbing their camps out earlier. Well, no, grabbing them out on time, I guess is what I should say. These are good rotations. These will be hitting the lanes just in time for the Immortals to spawn in the mid. And right now, Artemis is going to go ahead and roll on in to do some damage on this. Oh, but look out, Jotak. Oh, does Eric make it out still? Does. Successful defense for Roll 1 as they push Artemis back. Eva clearing down on the bot side, and Dark Horse clearing up on the top with some help from the Vikings. Big Beard looking for a combo, but doesn't quite find it there. Eva hopping back in the mech down bot. Attack. Getting a little bit low here with Olaf. He's going to have to run on out. Big fight here. Big stuns, and Greymane goes down. Once again, that heavy CC coming in handy for Roll1Esports. Right now, Artemis just looking more to defend. Beard looking for the kill. Eric gets killed by Chromie up top. There's action all over the place here. I don't know where to put my eyes. Everybody's spread out everywhere. Level 7 getting hit a little bit first for roll 1 here. Poe is going to start poking this out a little bit. That's the Chromie advantage. Meanwhile, Big Beard getting the kill up top for Baylog. Beard continuing to soak. Neither team playing this particularly aggressively. Teams prioritizing the soak, and even to the point where Dark Horse getting the camp down bot right now. Back up top. You would think that the longer this goes on, the more it might favor the Viking squad here for Artemis. But it's only 2 lanes, so you know, roll 1 can soak that many lanes, realistically. Still compete in the mid. Go tack up here. We got Eric the Swift as Artemis moves on in. Olaf gets picked off down on the bot side. Big damage, big silence, and the slow coming in. 7. That's going to be the first kill of the game for Artemis as they take a little bit of lead here coming out of halftime. They're getting big damage onto this thing. They've got a couple members trying to push Roll1Esports out of here. They've got some big auto attack damage, and just like that, Artemis is gonna go ahead and take the first of these immortals for themselves. Odyssey, hello. Welcome back to the stream. It's good to be back on. We're taking a little bit of a break the last couple weeks, but I'm going to do some more, do a little personal streaming this weekend. But Rock Your World getting low. He's going to go down. Taking a little bit of a break. A little bit of a breather before I go to part-time at work here. But I'll be streaming again soon. Do a little bit this weekend. Personal streaming in addition to the casting. Level 10 is now coming in for Artemis. Time it's going to be Flailing Swipe along with the Odin, Avatar, Play Again, and the Cursed Bullet. Still about a full level before Roll1Esports gets their heroics online, and Big Beard getting bursted down here. Double stun does come in from Rock Your World, but it's not in time to save for Greymane, so that's going to be another pick off here for Artemis. Immortal is going to go down, but not before it gets the bottom fort and a little bit of a chunk off this front wall of the bottom keep. Go Artemis because game 3 hype. That's a good reason, Miss Windup Bird. I agree with that. I want to see a game 3. These teams are very evenly matched so far in the series. I really like it a lot. Game number 1, by the way, if you did not see game number 1, I would highly suggest watching it. It was a great series of events unfolding on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Very even right up until the end, right to the last team fight. Prediction started, but I've already done a prediction. Confused. Anyway. Maybe it was a redo because nobody voted the first time? I trust my mods. Big Beard getting a little bit low here. Double stun coming in. Oh, honestly getting nuked down just before the swipe can come out. Big Beard going in. Doesn't quite find a combo, but they're going to get Ashcan and Cocoon is down. They're going to get 7 coming out of this. And just like that, it's a triple kill for Roll1Esports. Don't take your eyes off these guys. 4-7, just getting ragdolled all over the place. Attack, grabbing the camp down bot. That's a big timing for Roll1Esports as well. They've got the objective up now. They can go down and get a big lead here. Sad is already working on it. There's a little bit of a chunk there from that Diva Bomb. Don't forget to put your votes in, ladies and gentlemen. We don't want to let you all vote too late here. Because we get those free channel points for knowing exactly who's going to win if it's late enough in the season. Zach clearing down bot. Zad going to join him. While Big Beard looking for the combo in mid, but doesn't quite find it there on a Jotac. They don't call him Eric the Swift for nothing. First bullet, not quite finding the mark. Eric getting a little bit low, having to walk away there, but Artemis getting a little bit of poke damage in here. Ashcan has popped the Odin, so should be able to poke a little bit here. Baylog falling to D.Va down on the bot side. Level 13's in real soon for roll 1 here. Play again is going to be popped, so now Jotac has all 3 of the Vikings in here. Dark Horse going to get cocooned and CC'd out of that cocoon. He goes down, but they're going to trade it out for a Nubarak. Big Beard getting a little bit low. Here is D.Va with the bunny hop. The Zad flying in from the bot side. They're going to get Olaf. So it's a 1 for 1.3 exchange. Jotac going to send Baylog back up to the top. Looks like Roll1Esports is going to decide to go ahead and do some resetting here. Get some mana back. That heads to the bot lane to soak. That is going to allow Artemis to come in and get some damage here. Halftime had already been procced for Roll1Esports, so now Artemis is kind of making up the difference for now. Teams still pretty even on level. A little bit of a lead for Artemis, but you kind of expect that from a Vikings comp. Have some sort of lead at all times. 3 of the Vikings are out in lane right now, so this is a 5v4. Artemis trying to hold position here under their Immortal. Good defensive positioning. Zad has now rotated up to... Or no, yeah, Zad makes this a 4v5. There is the initial cocoon. Sun's coming out onto Ashcan, but they're a little bit split up, and 7 is going to survive to swipe away the members. Honestly getting low. D.Va Bomb is going to be popped, but Muradin gets killed before the D.Va Bomb even goes off there. And Roll1Esports able to force the issue and get themselves their first Immortal of the game. Jotac getting some nice damage up top here. And soaking bot at the same time. Will the wonders of the Vikings never cease? Roll 1. Only about a quarter level down as they clean up these lanes. Now having a pretty healthy shielded Immortal. About half shields here. Well, about a half level before Artemis will have level 16. So this is a good opportunity for Roll 1 to be able to try to force something here. Multiple heroics down on both sides. But the strength of their comp is in the base kit stuns. Rock Your World, burrow charging and not finding anything there, but look out! Oh, it's almost enough to hit. There's the bot stun coming down. Greymane falls. I was about to say, that stun was almost in one of those stun circles from the Immortal. That would have just popped 2 of them instantly. But meanwhile, the Immortal goes through the front wall fairly easily. Poe dealing some nice damage from the backside. Honestly, getting pulled in and stunned, but is able to dwarf toss away. Web Wrap does go down onto Tychus. Ashcan getting stunned out of it from the Lunar Flare, pulled back in. Combo doesn't end up landing, but honestly getting low. And Roll1Esports gonna have to back out here. Big Beard getting popped down pretty low there from the Vikings. Trying to run, but cannot get away. Oh, and there's the leap. I mean, the dwarf toss, I should say, into the stun. And Wanabe gonna go ahead and play sacrifice game there. Ad does manage to get the bottom fort down. But I think the big takeaway there is top keep falls here from that Immortal push. Oh, getting a little bit low. Gonna have to back out here as Artemis wanting to steal away the camp as their prize for that 2-for-0 exchange. Roll1 maybe getting a little bit aggressive there. And they've been splitting their targets a little bit. You know, they have CC going down on one target. Like there they were getting good CC down onto Ashcan. and knocked him down to about 25%, while at the same time getting Honestly down to about 25%. If they can do a little bit better focus targeting, I think they are going to get some big picks and big team fights. Close this one out. Well, Artemis just needs to keep trying to spread things out. Got good disengage potential with that flailing swipe. They've got to use that sparingly though. They've got a lot of engage over on Roll1Esports side. Flailing swipe's only going to get you out of trouble once every so often. Again, about that half-level lead for Artemis. They've been kind of holding the same amount of XP lead throughout this whole game. Now bot player coming in from Roll1. Gonna allow Artemis to actually jump right in and get some decent damage onto here before the troops show up here. Oh, but honestly, getting targeted down, maybe trying to do a little too much zoning. Oh, he's down below 500. The flailing swipe comes in, but that's the disengage here. Now it's a 60-second cooldown. And yeah, Dark Horse is going to get caught out, and there's no tools to help him there. Diva Bomb going to come out, maybe try to get a little bit of a zoning tool here and a little clear. Go attack on the backside, trying to ping this away, but it is going to be Roll1Esports prompting the halftime show here. Gets themselves a little bit of a lead. Oh, and they're going to look for the combo. Honestly, just barely able to dwarf toss away the combo. Doesn't find anybody there. Seven getting a little bit low, but he's going to back out. And that's actually kind of a win for Artemis. Roll1Esports goes full into the defense and trying to get a pick. And they kind of waste a little bit of time there in attempting to get that pick and failing. Allow a little bit of damage come out onto this bottom Immortal for Artemis. Still, this is a good shield for this Immortal. About half health. Coming in once again. Going to be going into the bot lane. The bottom fort is already down, so they're going to be going directly into the keep here. Now they have not only caught up in level, but have now surpassed Artemis in the XP game here. Gotak is working it up here on the top side, though, trying to get that side soak. Either team going to be level 20 at the start of this. One or two picks might change that for either side, though. Ashcan going to go ahead and pop the Odin here early. Big damage as the keep front wall falls, and Roll1Esports is so close to that 20. It's got a time to tick in here any second. Can they click them in time? Immortal will finish off the keep, and that will give us level 20. In come the Storm Talents, and Roll1Esports is going in. They're looking for the killing blow right here. Oh, but look out. The damage comes down onto Zad. He immediately popped out of that. Olaf is actually going to get killed first. Dark Horse getting low, is able to roll out, but Kerrigan falls on the other side, and Roll1Esports to be thoroughly refuted out of this area. Zad is getting low. Oh, getting even lower. Wanabe just barely making it out for now. Can they make it out of this? Rocker World is down here. Oh, the pustule gets to Wanabe. He's able to remove the slow there with the Q. And now they're trying to turn, but it's a Nuvarak that falls. Bunny Hop gonna get them Olaf. Wow, Dark Horse clearing up on the top side, pushing out the top lane. So once again, a double kill for Roll1Esports, staying a little bit too long. I should say it's a double kill for Artemis, but that's what Roll1Esports gets for overstaying a bit. It was a gutsy call going in for the killing blow there. I think it was obviously in hindsight you could say it's a little bit overly ambitious. I was a little surprised, but I wasn't necessarily against the call. got the other team on the ropes, and you got a big CC comp, and you got a pick or two, you know, maybe you make things work. Either way, Artemis is staying in this one. They are down both of their keeps, though, so they can't afford to make this too long of a fight in the mid. Eventually, lanes are just going to naturally push out with the extra catapult pressure coming into both lanes here for Roll 1. Both teams going to go ahead and settle for racing here for the first half, and that probably favored Artemis. Gonna go ahead and back up and grab the camp. Again, a great macro call for Artemis. They knew that Roll 1 was gonna go to defense. They have to. They've got a pick comp that was behind, so they had to do that. Also, defending over the long haul is going to favor Roll 1, because even with the bottom push here, with 3 catapults on the bot side, like, yeah, Ashcan is gonna come clear out these catapults. And they actually get the bottom camp on top of that. While vsRoll1Esports is going to go ahead and clear up the top lane and get a little bit of pressure building up top. Yeah, they're even going to push in further. It looks like they're threatening to go core here. Oh, but Rock of the World is alone here. Burrow charges in. Does rewind and Burrow charges out. Okay. Stalling a little bit. Meanwhile, they're on 4. Wait a minute. Are they actually going to go after this? Because, yeah, the backs are in. And, yeah, now they're backing up. Now they see the members coming out. The Roll 1 having successfully bluffed them back into the lane. Rock Your World getting a little bit low on the top side. The silence goes down, and he has to go back in. Big Beard going to have to hit the cocoon. Comes out. Baylog goes down. Olaf falls. Big Beard is so low, getting a little bit of self-healing. Somehow survives less than 100 health. What? How did nobody die there? Except for some of the Vikings died. By the way, double camp on bot, threatening the bottom keep while all this is going on. Now Artemis gonna start poking away at this Immortal. Bottom keep goes down. Artemis pushing in to get the Immortal. Roll 1 taking a little bit of damage off the shield, but now this is going to be going top directly towards the keep. Artemis keeping it alive. They're staying alive here. Now they're turning it around. They could be getting themselves a second keep here. This is their win condition, in fact. Incredible matchup so far. Immortal initially going to get started here on taking down this keep front wall. Oh, look out, honestly, getting low. Look at vsRoll1Esports coming out. Getting the first kill here in this team fight. That in pilot form, just pew-pewing at this thing. Shields are down. The Immortal going to start wailing away at the keep, though. And that's going to be the keep falling before the Immortal can be cleared. And without their tank, Artemis going to go ahead and back away and not look to end. They're going to go directly down to the bottom to try to get that bottom camp, which is up just in time for them to get here. Beautiful. Beautiful timing. Let's hope there isn't a core throw. Yeah, for me, I am looking for a game 3 here. I'm a full-blown Artemis fan right now because I want to see these guys continue to play. I also am always a fan of the underdog as well. Like I said, I've got no dog in this fight. I like both of these teams. They're both filled with a lot of great people, a lot of great players. Well, 20s. Been picked up for a while for both of these squads. I feel like it's really building to one last team fight. Big Beard might be getting in position to start it right away. Throws out the combo, it's stun, but really that's more of a vision tool. Oh, here's the charge in from Rock Your World. Big damage coming in on the backside. Oh, and Greymane falls immediately, and I think we might be looking at the beginning of the end of the series, maybe? Oh, maybe not. Most of the members of Artemis make it out of that. It looked bad for a second, but yeah, they end up just losing the Greymane. Still a pretty big loss. 25 seconds to the Immortal spawns, 43 seconds without their best racer in the Greymane. And Artemis has got to be careful here. Yeah, Rock Your World charging in after 7, but not quite able to find the stun. Ashcan gonna go ahead and pop the Odin for defensive purposes here. For now, it looks like Roll1 is content to back up and go ahead and get started on the race game. All right. Race is started. Again, 5 seconds till Greymane is back, so this race should pretty heavily favor Roll1 for the halftime show. Both teams in position to get some big damage out, and yeah, Roll1 definitely going to lead it in. About 15,000 health as an advantage to get started, but they do have Dark Horse back now. And Roll1 going to position down bot to look to defend here. They no longer have the advantage of the extra push in these lanes. The catapult pressure will be evened out. Top is building a little bit of a wave up here, but that second catapult goes down. Find a couple Vikings hanging out in the bushes. Looks like Roll1 might be looking to maybe engage a little bit here. I don't think they want to take this fight under the Immortal, though. But if they can get Chromie close enough to start poking, they are going to slowly be able to whittle the health down here. They're now positioned completely opposite of their sides. They're a little bit flipped here. Honestly, looking out. Oh, doesn't find the Storm Bolt, though. By the way, the double rewind. Both tanks have rewind here. Just FYI. I love it. Couple of old-style tanks going back and forth here on Battlefield of Eternity. But yeah, that poke is favoring Roll1Esports. Artemis has got to do something here. They've got to do something, and they got to do it fairly quickly. Big Beard taking a lot of damage from Ashcan. He gets trolled a little bit by the terrain. Has to go into the cocoon. Oh, Balog goes down to the mech explosion. Honestly, getting a little bit low on the backside. Can he live? No, he cannot. Big Beard a little bit low. Wanabe not very healthy either. Oh, Big Beard just barely manages to miss the stun. And they get it. They get the Immortal. What does this mean, chat? Roll1Esports gets Immortal. And it's going to be going up top. And yes, I think that Artemis has the right idea here. They have maybe one shot at this, which is to try to backdoor the core. They've got to try to balance not going in too early, and they give up vision on the wall initially. They've got Greymane, so Dark Horse is going to deal a lot of damage to this, but Big Beard is here, and yes, it's the right call. Roll1Esports comes in to defend, and now Artemis is not going to be able to do this. The Immortal on the other side is there. Ashcan is going to go down, and I think the Immortal is going to take this down all by itself. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're seeing the beginning of the end. We're getting a lot of damage, though. Dark Horse gets back on this. This is not over yet. Dark Horse rolling out just in time. Immortal will fall. 13% left on the core. Hold up. Wait a minute. Roll1 charging in. Big Beard pops the ult, but gets silenced there. 7 with a big silence. They've got Tychus back in 20 seconds. Rock Your World goes in. Again, a big lurking arm. Zad trying to go in on the backside, but he's going to go down. And wait a minute, it's a core throw from Roll1Esports. Rock Your World's still alive. Wanabe's still alive. But all 3 other members are down here. 30 seconds. What? For Kerrigan, what? It's not over yet! The shields are coming back. Artemis gonna have their opportunity to try to win the game. Honestly, taking a lot of damage early here. This is just the healer and the tank for Roll1Esports trying to keep the game alive. Kerrigan is now back though. 15 seconds on Chromie, 17 on Diva. Shields are down 90%. Honestly is on the core. Tyke is put into the cocoon. A lot of their siege damage. That's honestly that goes down. Rock Your World getting low. Big cursed bullet. Eric falls first though. Stukov goes down. Oh no! They're chasing down Dark Horse. He tries to go back in, but can't finish the kill. We are entering the 30th minute. No, we've already entered it. 30 minutes long. The 3 members are down for Artemis. And I think this is it. I know I've said that already, but I really think this is it.
Blue team's core is under
It's okay, even if we don't get a 3rd game, we got at least 2 games worth out of this game number 2. And ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the 2nd round of the playoffs in a big upset, the number 8 seed Roll1Esports winning the series and scoring the domination here on Battlefield of Eternity. How? I'm just floored. I can't believe what we just saw. What a game. And again, what a series. That game number 1 was great. It wasn't crazy like that one was. Oh boy. All right, well, you know, that's the end of the series. So let's go ahead and let's reach out to Roll1Esports. Let's get them in here for an interview. Because, wow. I don't even know what to say. That was crazy. Oh my. Alright. So we're gonna reach out to Rock Your World. Can't get him in here for an interview. Get a little bit of a breather after that one. That was crazy. I think they might need a little bit of a breather too. Okay, so 31 minutes. Yeah, the 13 to 21 on the kill count. That makes a lot of sense. I feel like Roll1 had that game in hand for a while, then kind of gave up a lot. The stats are off the charts here, by the way. If you were looking to pump up your overall stats a little bit, having a 31-minute game is not a bad way to do it. And again, what an upset overall here. You really feel for Artemis. They gave everything. They gave up. They gave it their all for sure. What a series. 120k from Poe there. Crazy amount of damage. Ashcan dealing a lot of damage on the other side, getting massive value with the Tychus, and I gotta respect Artemis. Backs against the walls. You know that this is potentially your last game if you lose it, so they break out the Vikings comp. Now, it looks like I'm going to be joined by Zad here.
Hello.
Hello there. Well, what's there to say really after a game like that? How are you all?
What a great series, and like what a great job playing Vikings on BOE. I do not envy that task, and like Jotak did so good.
Yeah, I was just saying, what a crazy strat to break out when your backs are against the wall. You throw it all out at that point. You want to leave nothing on the field, and I would say, correct me if you don't feel like this is accurate, but I would say Artemis left it all out of the field in that game number 2.
No, they really did. Like it was, I think like anytime you hit that, 20 minute plus game on BOE, like you just know like everyone's trying to find any inch of space they can make to clutch the win, right? Trying to rotate aggressively. Like I think in that last Immortal, like we each did really like aggressive, unorthodox rotations into the other person's side and couldn't find each other for a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that you guys rotated so aggressively just to find 2 of the Vikings. And then they just still squeaked away. It was like, oh.
I know. They're the best wards. They're like the Vikings are the wards and the heroes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and the ult keeps them alive anyway, so even if you get 1 or 2 of them, they just pop right back. It's just fine. But let's go back to that game number 1. So first of all, you guys end up getting to select the map. You take us to Tomb. Did you guys have a specific strat laid out for that map, or did you guys know what you wanted going into the series? Or was that just kind of a reactionary pick?
So, full disclosure, our original plans was to force them to Johanna and then build a comp that just punished Johanna hard.
Mm-hmm.
Part of which was we wanted Varian, so that you have the shield smash.
Right,
and then,
right.
Because like in our scouting, it's kind of like if you take away Diablo and then Muradin's kind of like their next most popular one, Johanna was the most common tank pick. So we tried to deliberately build a comp that would hate on Johanna. And after we had them pick the Varian, we decided to audible and kind of the Jaina ETC was not planned in our pre-game plan, but I think the audible to those 2 heroes ended up working out for us.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about. I'm going to talk specifically about one heroic pick in that match. What was your guys' thinking for Lornado over the Stay a While?
Waniba, like, I think if I were to like hazard a guess, is like 60-40 Lornado to Stay a While.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot higher than I think most Eckerd players.
Right, so I think like from a comfort angle, like the chaos of Lornado is more comforting for our team than like the tranquility and predictability of Stay a While and Listen.
Right. Yeah,
so,
I mean, Lornado's
comfort
can
and
be pretty
comfort.
troll too. It's pretty crazy.
And that's another one where I think most times we hit 20, we see more NATOs. Like we're just used to the chaos that Kane brings.
Yeah, he certainly can, especially within 2. I'm like, that could be real crazy.
Right?
The lore closet.
The lore closet. Just go inside, books fall on you.
Ah! There's a horror show. But you guys back and forth pretty well on Tomb of the Spider Queen. It seemed like it was a pretty even match right up until the end. Tell me a little bit about how you guys were able to turn that in those late team fights and end up finishing that game off in the end.
Well, I think like early they did a really good job. Jotek landed a lot of really good isolations, like on the one on me that killed me in the 1v1 bottom, and he landed a tongue on Rock. I think on our first Weaver, or maybe it was with our first Bruiser, where Rock ended up dying at the gate. Like I think early, like every tongue, every ISO was hitting the right target and leading to a kill, and I think we just started respecting the tongue more, or trying to call out where like Dahaka was looking. And I think maybe that gave us some space to like clutch a kill in a gap where Dahaka couldn't hit someone to counter our attempt to go for the kill.
Yeah, for sure. And that's something I talked about in the pregame was I was a little surprised at the Dahaka pick, because typically I feel like he gets a lot more value on bigger maps than, Tomb, but clearly that was just a pick that that Jotak had ready in the wings, and did a nice job with it.
Please tell me we're going in.
Very nice.
And by the way, thanks for the cheer, Anonymous Cheerer, for the 100 bits, and thank you very much for the community sub, Miss Windup Bird. I appreciate it. So then you guys move on to game 2. They give you map pick again. Tell me a little bit about your guys' thought process in taking them to Battlefield.
So Rock and I have kind of been trying to go over like general map kind of strategy, and for whatever reason we just can't seem to like properly orchestrate like a full race comp when we're scrimming or practicing or playing actual NGS matches on BOE. I don't know if it's just like the way that our hero comforts work and what actually races good. Like we just never got it. So in scrims, we started deliberately running like defensive pick-oriented comps that try to scale, and we've really turned around like our win percent on the map. So I think it was kind of one of those, hey, BOE's really clicking for us right now in terms of like our win rate in our last round of scrims and in our last round of games and practices. So if we're actually going to have to pick a map, let's go to BOE. It's kind of working for us right now, and we kind of shifted our draft approach and figured that potentially with that late in the season shift, I don't think if you scouted us, you would anticipate like the Kerrigan comp from us, or a similar idea comp. So I think we kind of were able to sneak our comp under the radar where, I think if you scout it, right, you get an early Uther or something like that, and it really hurts our comp. So I think we had a little bit of a, the timing of this new strategy in our game was kind of favorable.
Yeah, and then you guys really were able to execute that well. A lot of really good CCs early, able to convert those into picks in the mid game, and y'all got up both to the point where you had both keeps. When you had both keeps down, how was the comm? What were the comms like? Were you guys trying to keep yourselves calm, or did you think you kind of had it in the bag and were getting excited?
Most of our comms were really around just like shifting to like, this is kind of our game to lose, right? Like we just play smart, play calm, play back. Don't give them the opportunity to get back in the game, even though that kind of happened at some points. That's what we're you can have good ideas and not execute on them all the time.
Right. Yeah, even the right shot call can end up wrong, but
totally. Right. I fat fingered and didn't land my combo, or
Right. Yeah, and so then they came back. What kind of mental fortitude can you speak of on your team that lets y'all keep your minds in the game for 31 minutes and be able to somehow navigate through all of the different core throws back and forth and eventually come out the winner of that game number 2?
I think honestly it just comes down to like, we've all played so many games and so many matches together that even if there's like some slight frustrations, it never goes into like tilt. And it's like, I don't know if this is a positive or like, you're saying the thing you shouldn't say in public in terms of HOTS. I'm pretty sure we've done this exact same scenario in our history as a team together like 5 times. Maybe not into the Vikings specifically, right? But you're on BOE, you're up, you have 2 keeps down, you throw, they counter throw, you counter throw, the counter throw. And it's just, right, like just do your best to keep the cadence, that kind of football analogy. You just, grind the chains, right? Focus on like, let's get that 5 yards, let's get that 5 yards, let's get that 5 yards.
Yeah, focus on the next play. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So now you guys have won round 1. You've pulled the upset and arguably taken over the best spot, right? Number 1 seed has the best spot in terms of seeding throughout the playoffs, but now you get to continue on that route. And you guys get to face the winner of the number 4, number 5 seed match between Rainbow Strike Go and Can't Connect Stuns. Is there a preference you guys have in playing one of those?
We actually played both of them a lot in the Nexomania series. So I think it's I think we're kind of happy to play either. we've done a lot more scrimming against Rainbow Strike Go. Like honestly, I think we've got like almost 15 to 16, 17 games against them in our Stats of the Storm database, like from outside NGS. So that's a double-edged sword, though, right? Like, we know Rainbow Strike Go really well. They know us really well, and
Right,
our
so
record is pretty close. So that's one where it's like, yeah, you know, familiarity goes both ways. So maybe
Right.
I'd lean to CCS, if only for the like, you know, maybe we could surprise them and do something special. But we also really, really enjoy playing both teams, so it's kind of hard to pick just one.
Yeah, well, now you guys will get to sit back and watch to see who you'll be facing. Get a little bit of a pre-scout going, I'm sure, as you guys look on for that. And, you know, let me just say for the record, wow, what a series. Thank you for letting me come in and watch it tonight. It was amazing to get to experience it firsthand.
I'm so happy that like somebody like you who we've played against and you've casted us for so long kind of gets to cast a game like this. I'm really excited to sit down tomorrow and watch the replay. I think it's going to be a really enjoying and informative kind of breakdown for us. So we really appreciate you picking up the cast.
Yeah, it was my pleasure. I was glad to be able to slip into at least one of these playoff games here early. And yeah, I'm going to be really looking forward to seeing what you guys can do in round 2, because that was an awesome series. You guys played great, and clearly we're coming in ready for the playoffs. And I just can't wait to see how far you guys can take it. Maybe I'll get to see you at the end too. I don't know. We'll
maybe we'll come out. You know, we got went from, you know, some maybe not the greatest momentum to now we kind of got a ton of momentum, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got to come off of that upset high going into round 2. But yeah, before I let you go, are there any shout-outs you'd like to make?
I mean, shout out first to the team. Shout out to our subs, Alberto, Mango, and Velvet. Like, we realistically, if it wasn't for our subs, for just the kind of real life issues we had throughout our core team this year, like we would have had to forfeit enough games. We wouldn't have been eligible to, you know, make it to playoffs and have the set that we did. So we appreciate them being so flexible and adaptable with their time, with not always the most amount of notice. Shout out to my man Kendo, our sponsor Osmo. And just like the league in general. Like, I really think this is one of the like best ways to play HOTS, and when you got volunteer casters like yourself, it just takes it to the next level. And I hope, you know, more people playing HOTS join NGS, and we can, you know, share that wonderful coordinated experience that our community can make for folks.
Absolutely, very well said. It's definitely the best way to play the game, no doubt about it. The more people, it keeps getting bigger every year, doesn't it? Or every season.
Yeah.
Rather.
We'll get to the point where you got div like Q.
Yeah, we're bordering on having to create a div F, which would be quite unfortunate. They'll probably skip that. They'll probably just go down to the next level.
Yeah, we'll just avoid div F. It's like those buildings
we'll start
that's
like X, Y, and Z after that. We'll start coming from the bottom.
Div Z champions. Are they top of the list or the bottom? Who knows?
Uh-oh. All right, well, thanks again for coming into the interview. I appreciate your time, and congrats again on the win. That was incredible to watch.
Thank you so much. You have a great night, Jason.
You too.
Bye.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that is going to do it for me tonight, everybody. Thank you for coming in and watching, as I have decided to do for the remainder of the season. To thank everybody in chat for sticking around for the whole cast and the interview afterwards. I'm going to gift a sub out to the community. And small correction, that was indeed Miss Windup Bird who received the sub, but that's actually
Hey, Q! I'm getting stir crazy
there we
here.
go.
Please tell me we're
Mongoose.
going in.
Didn't even plan that, but Mongoose gets to be the new subscriber. But that's actually Home of Poe that gifted that community sub that Miss Windup Bird got. So thank you very much, Home of Poe. I appreciate the support from everybody. I've been trying to get into streaming myself a little bit more, and we'll be doing a little bit more personal streaming this weekend as well. So feel free to come back to the channel, hit the follow button, come back for some more fun Heroes of the Storm action. I might also be playing some Stardew Valley or Pokemon TCG Online, stuff like that. Occasionally I'll swap off of my main game here. And I want to thank both of these teams for coming out tonight, putting on a great show. Roll1 Esports doing a great job tonight, rolling the natty 20 twice in a row. Speaking of which, I gotta go watch some Critical Role after this. But Artemis, what a great season. I love that team, and you guys really laid it all out tonight. You have nothing to be ashamed of. A great season. It's always sad when it comes to the end, but you laid it all out tonight. You played great, and just unfortunately, Roll1 just a little bit too much to handle tonight, man. They're really making a name for themselves tonight here at C West once again. A team that's been around for so long. Always good to see them have success. And I can't wait to see what the playoffs hold here. We're getting into big playoffs all around NGS. It's been a great season, and I'm looking forward to the conclusion of it. All these teams and all their hard work paid off as they get closer to championships. This is the best time of the season. And, yeah. Looking forward to seeing how it all plays out down the stretch here. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and host over to Jazzaline. She currently has E-West match going on here in NGS, so we'll keep it in-house. So thanks again, everybody, for sticking around for the end. Stick around for the raid as well and hop in there and watch Jazzy do some awesome casting as well. But until next time for the Nexus Gaming Series, I am Jayzon, and I hope you all have a good night.